John Seiko alongside here, head coach Billi Godsey. Coach, you guys coming off a 69-57 win over Canisius. What were your initial thoughts after that victory?
It was good for us to pull out the win. I don't think that we started the game that we would have liked, the way that we would have liked, but good to get Haley back in the rotation and for us to get back to a little bit of normal, to get her going and bringing Ruben off the bench, who's done a great job stepping into that lineup, but does a much better job coming off the bench for us.
How would you assess Haley's play? She played 32 minutes, including starting the second half and playing the entire second half. How do you feel she played in the game?
I think Haley's great for us. She's a sense of calm for us. She keeps everybody in the right mindset. She has everybody in the right spots to do what we want to do. So she may not show up in the stat line as big as some other kids, but she's huge for us.
Canisius opened up the game in a 2-3 zone. Were you expecting that, or did that throw your team for a little bit of a loop?
No, we expected it. We expected to see a little bit of a few different things out of them. We talked about the 2-3 zone. We talked about them matching up man. We talked about them getting to a press when they were down a little bit. So we expected to see quite a few different things from them, but they did a good job defending us.
The first half belonged to Canisius, but you ended the first half on a 12-2 run. How important was getting that momentum heading into halftime?
It was huge for us to get us right back into the mind frame that we should be in for the game. Again, we started the game off a little bit slow and out of our rhythm a little bit. So to have that run and to build us back the confidence where they could sit in the locker room and talk and say, you know what, guys, we didn't start this off the way we should have, but we got back in it, and this is a game now.
Defensively in the second half, Iona played superb basketball. What was a huge difference in that final 20 minutes defensively?
I think it was just a gut check. In the locker room, the girls were talking to each other and calling each other out that you're really not sitting down in a stance and guarding anybody, and we have to take advantage of that, and we have to do that. We have to get back to playing the simple defensive principles that we're supposed to be playing, and we need to tighten up a lot. So really nothing much that the coaching staff said, but really for them to get after each other and talk to each other about it a little bit.
Joy Adams almost had a triple-double. She had all 7 steals for Iona. What can you say about her game against Canisius?
When Joy Adams wants to play, Joy Adams can really play. She is big for us defensively. She gets into the right spot. She really worked hard to front the post and get her hand on a lot of balls, and she's huge for us offensively as well. Once she gets it and she can push us in transition, it helps us get to the corners, get to the wings, and spread the floor for her a little bit. So she's huge for us. When she gets her in the right mindset, she can really go.
Now, Sabrina Gerardo played 35 minutes, but only registered 1 point and 1 rebound. How did you assess her game?
I think Sabrina was good for us defensively because she altered a lot of shots, even though she didn't get a lot of blocks in the stat sheet. She's got to get back to being a little bit more basic in her moves, and she talked about it, and we talked about it, just catching and then going straight up. I think she psyched herself out a little bit when she missed a couple shots and when she got her shot blocked herself. So she's just got to get back to the basics, and even though she did a pretty good, solid job for us inside.
Over the past 2 games, the bench has only registered 9 total points. Do you see that improving with Haley D'Angelo now back in the lineup and back in the rotation?
Absolutely. I think we're still fighting to figure out who that 6th spot is. I think Ruben's really done some service for herself, to step into a lineup, the starting lineup, and play well. So she's really trying to seal that position. But the girls coming off the bench are all very, very capable. It's just right now it's a matter of who on which night. So as long as they continue to build confidence and come off the bench and play hard for us, we'll get some more bench minutes or bench points as we go forward.
How has Ruben kind of taken the lead in that bench battle? Like, what's she done that maybe Cassie Ranger or Leah Robinson hasn't?
She's just playing with a lot of confidence, and she's paying attention to what we need her to be doing, and she's really buying into the idea of getting into the game, making the extra pass, and really focusing on the defensive end. And that's what we need from that spot. Just really get in and play as hard as you can for a couple minutes and get people into the right spots. And she's really taken ownership of that.
Niagara is coming off a 32-point dominating win over St. Peter's. Watching the tape from that game, did you see anything that really scared you, that concerned you for this game today?
Not scares me, but Niagara's a very good team. They're very smart. They move the ball well, and their kids play their roles really well. If they're a driver and they drive it really well, they get into the gaps and they kick to their shooters, and their shooters are ready to shoot. So we're going to have to be on our P's and Q's defensively this game a lot better than we were with Canisius. We can't start off that same way. We're going to have to be ready to play for 40 minutes.
The Purple Eagles knocked down 34% of their 3-point attempts. How are you stopping them from beyond the arc today?
Again, making sure that we're in a stance guarding their drivers, and then we're not leaving their shooters wide open. If we can stop their drivers from getting to the rim, that can take away a lot of their action to kick out to open shooters. So we're just going to have to take pride in our individual defense.
Chanel Johnson's averaging nearly 17 points per game in conference play. What's the key to stopping her today?
Just, again, sitting down, moving your feet, and trying to take away what she wants. She wants to catch, she wants to get to the rim, and she wants to create for her teammates. So really just focusing on her, talking about where she is, and making sure we're communicating and being in help side.
Now, Iona right now is on a 9-game winning streak, which ties a program record. And if you win today, you set a new program record in your first year as head coach here at Iona. How's the team playing right now, and how's it feel to know in your first year you can set an Iona record in terms of winning streak?
It's exciting. It's exciting to have the opportunity to set program records and to play as well as we're playing right now. I think the girls are really pumped for the game, and they really want to get back to normal. Again, they want to get back to everybody's in their spots, everybody's playing hard, everybody's playing well. So hopefully they come out with that energy to start. What's
the key for Iona today to get the victory, to get the 10 straight W, and to have a full 40-minute effort?
I think I'm probably going to say it every game, but energy and hustle plays. We really have to get on top of the hustle plays this game. We got to get the 50-50 balls. We got to be the first to the floor, and we got to get on the boards.
Coach, good luck today.
Thank you.